beginning of creation, inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم. وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون. وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين. قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات
السماوات والأرض قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض وأعلم ما تبدون وما كنتم تكتمون وأعلم ما تبدون وما كنتم تكتمون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Muhammad. That was very calming. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be to you all. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the Al-Mahdi Institute Big Iftar. Thank you for spending the last moments of this Shahr Ramadan with us today. This evening is held in collaboration with the Universal Peace Federation and the Women's Federation for World Peace UK. So you can expect a very calm evening ahead, inshallah. Tonight, we celebrate the idea that despite our different backgrounds, we are still one big human family, which, if you've ever been to a family gathering before, means that tonight there'll be lots of opinions, the occasional unsolicited advice, and great food. My name is Tessin Morali. You might be wondering why they asked me to be MC today. I have benefited from this place for almost 20 years, from evening classes to the Hausa program, trying to learn Arabic and trying to attend the Friday prayer regularly. So I think they think I'm part of the furniture now. I can see familiar faces in the crowd, but for those of you who are new today, I extend a very warm welcome. The Al-Mahdi Institute was established in 1993. It is an educational and research center committed to Islamic scholarship, but also to meaningful dialogue between people of different faiths and none. At the heart, AMI is a space where diverse voices come together to learn from one another and to build mutual understanding. Our program tonight includes short reflections from representations from different faiths, a special address from the Mayor of Solihull, Councillor Shaheen Ashraf, MBE, and uplifting songs of peace. We'll conclude with congregational prayers and Iftar, the fast-breaking meal, at around 6:45 p.m. For those fasting, dates and water will be available from the entrance hall after sunset, of course. Just a few notes on housekeeping. In the event of a fire, it's not planned, the nearest exit is the door to my right behind me here. Additional exits are located by the main entrance and near the dining room. Please also note that there's some construction work going on. So if you need the washrooms, they're upstairs on the first floor and the staircase is accessible from the staircase at the bottom of the corridor. So without further ado, it's time to hear from our esteemed guests. First, I'd like to invite Patricia Earle to say a few words from the Women's Federation for World Peace. Patricia founded the Women's Peace Group in 1993 in Birmingham, creating a safe space for women from all different backgrounds to share their stories and build friendships and to work together for a more peaceful society. Let's welcome her.
Thank you so much for having me. It has been a real joy to work together with the Al-Mahdi for many different interfaith events. Thank you very much, Shakahir. So I am the coordinator of the Women's Federation for the World Peace in the West Midlands. It has been founded in 1992 by Dr. Haksha Hamoon, And it has an NGO for the United Nations, a category consultative status for the humanitarian work, interfaith dialogue, and family values. So I feel really so humble in front of all of you who are doing the Ramadan. Thank you so much for all your dedication and sincerity of heart. You know, sometimes we go to visit our friends. It's always such a joy to give a little something to break up their fast, and we receive so much in return. And I just really, really say God bless you and your family, and have a wonderful Eid. So the topic today is our family beyond race and religion, and I would like to share about our Women Peace meeting. Our Women Peace group that has been going on for 32 years. We have been meeting almost every month in our home. And we are a melting pot of women across race, culture, faith, and no faith for peace. Does it work? Yeah. Really, and it's really, the idea is to put aside all our difference and to come together to share our common humanity and aspiration for peace. And that's it, it worked. So what we do usually, it's really a feeling of one family under God, really, across race and religion. We have a speaker coming to talk about the conflict in some way in the country and sharing their story. Also social issues concerning everybody, people from all faiths, for the family, women, youth, integration, social, racial, religious integration. And then we have a sharing time, and that is really something very precious. We create a safe place of heart where we can all share together, and also really empower one another in goodness, and see we have so much in common, same joy and sorrow and same cycle of life and death. And really it teaches us to be really humble and to see the goodness of all faiths that we share together. And then we have a time that we have quite a peaceful time where we pray for each other, and we pray for the world through scripture reading or hymns or poems or mantras or quiet time. But the desperation and aspiration for peace for all the women who are there really bring God's Spirit down in the middle of it. It doesn't have any name. It's a presence. It is love. And we all feel it beyond our religion. And I truly feel that is really an interfaith experience, which is very, very precious. And then afterwards, we socialize, we eat food together, we build friendship. But not only that, it's not enough to talk, to pray, or to eat, but we need to do something. We need to act. And that consolidates even more this feeling of one family, really vibrant, that can give to others. And so I just quickly want to share here. We did some work with the homeless people and refugees, also knitting different things, sending for country in need, that is here in Syria. We have a wonderful interfaith tapestry for peace. We've been doing women from all faiths, and it has been going on in many places of worship. And now it's hanging at the Queen Elizabeth. That is a very nice project. It's called Bridge of Peace. So we go under a bridge and we make a special friend, and somebody from another race, another religion, and we invest in the friendship. It's not only an event, we really invest. And its friendship is really magic. Friendship helps to take away fear and prejudice towards another race, another religion. And so we've been bringing also this Bridge of Peace in Jerusalem, here on the Mount of Olives between Jewish and Muslim. And so we went 7 times to the Holy Land with interfaith group. So this is expanding our heart to the world, especially when there is country in conflict and pain and suffering, and to walk on the stone where the prophets walk and pray together for peace. We invite the Bishop of Jerusalem, who is Palestinian. He came to speak also at the council house, and to help him for his project, for school, for Jewish, Christian, and Muslim young people to study together and try to resolve conflict with each other by making friends with one another. It was a wonderful experience, in fact. And here also we brought two people from the bereaved family, Jewish and Muslim, who lost a loved one during the war, and they say enough is enough, we don't want any violence anymore. And they came and they spoke to many schools to talk to young people that hatred is not a solution really, but how to deal with that. And they share about their testimony. And they went also to synagogue and mosque and our peace meeting. It was a very valuable experience. And again, our heart in our group as a family, we extend our heart to the world really. And also here we built up an orphanage for untouchable children for 20 years. It's going on, and that is a collective effort of a lot of people from all faiths working together, and it's really, really like our baby project, very precious for us. So, and the last slide I want to show here, we go often, our Women Federation organize event at the Parliament for human rights, all kinds of UN Day against domestic violence and all of that. So we go together for advocacy, and it really makes you feel wonderful, you know, and also expand our heart really for the situation, very difficult situation for many people. So that is, in conclusion, it's really the collective effort of a lot of women working together and bringing that motherly heart, you know, of peace and reconciliation and healing into the world. I think women has a very big role to play for peace building. And it's also to bring theory and practice and young and old and top and bottom of society and healing and forgiveness. So I want to finish with one quotation from Longfellow. I really like that quotation. I want to share with you. If we could read the secret history of our enemies, we could find in each person's life sorrow and suffering enough to disarm all hostility. If we can practice that, we can really bring more healing into our world and build bridge with one another as one family of mankind. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Patricia. It's been really enlightening to hear about all the work you've done building friendships and building bridges between communities. You know why women are better at keeping the peace? It's because we've been practicing. We've been putting children to bed at night, discussing bedtime treaties with them for many generations. Anyone who can put a 3-year-old to bed on time, world peace should be easy for them. Tonight, we're honored to be joined by the 71st Mayor of Solihull, Councillor Shaheen Ashraf. She must be doing something right. I hear they're collecting the bins in Solihull. Alongside her role as mayor, she serves on several key committees, including the Standing Advisory Committee on Religious Education, Corporate Parenting Board, and the Solihull Health and Wellbeing Board. She has also served as the deputy leader of the Green Party within the council. I'd like to warmly welcome her. Please could everyone stand for Mayor Shaheen Ashraf.
Oh dear. Hello, Patricia. Yeah, maybe tiptoe a bit. Okay, thank you. Well, assalamu alaikum, everyone. I see some familiar faces. I see some relatives. Yeah. How are you? It's an absolute honor to be here this evening, and thank you very much for the invitation. And I'll start with an opening prayer. Patricia, David, thank you so much for the invitation to the Al-Mahdi Institute as well. I'm here again. This is my third visit. But in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, O Lord of humanity, unite our hearts, remove the barriers of division, and guide us to justice and to peace. Let us be the voices for the oppressed, hands for the helpless, and light for those in darkness. Strengthen us to stand firm in the face of injustice, and let our love for one another be stronger than our differences. Imam Ali radiallahu anh said, people are two kinds. They are either your brothers and sisters in faith or your equals in humanity. These words spoken over 1,000 years ago remind us that beneath the layers of color, beneath the layers of creed and culture, we are one human family. A family bound not by artificial borders, but by the shared spirit of existence. Fatima radiallahu anha, the beloved daughter of the Prophet, peace be upon him, once said, be a support to the truth and a helper to the oppressed. Her words remind us that standing for justice and uplifting those in need is not just an act of kindness, but a duty that binds us all as one human family. And bringing this to the present, the wisdom is as relevant today as it ever was. The devastating earthquake in Myanmar is a reminder that human suffering knows no borders. Myanmar is a land of deep cultural history, has endured not only natural disasters, but years of oppression, human rights abuses, and a shrinking humanitarian landscape. The people of Myanmar, like many across the world, are facing the wrath of not just nature, but also systemic injustice. Their cries echo those of the displaced, the oppressed, and the forgotten everywhere. And here at home, we pride ourselves on diversity, on the strength of our communities, on the idea that we stand together. But in recent times, we've seen policies and decisions that have threatened the very fabric of our unity. Cuts to disability benefits, rising inequality, and the widening gap between rich and poor remind us that injustice everywhere, anywhere, is a threat to justice everywhere. When the most vulnerable suffer, we all suffer. When a disabled person loses support, when a struggling family faces eviction, when communities are divided, we are not just failing them, we are failing ourselves. Throughout history, we have seen the devastating consequences of oppression, of displacement, and the denial of basic human rights. Entire communities have faced unimaginable suffering, forced from their homes, deprived of necessities, and stripped of their dignity. These are not abstract tragedies that we speak of, they are realities for countless of people today. And when we witness innocent civilians, families, children caught in cycles of violence, we must ask ourselves, what does justice demand of us? Do we turn away or do we speak out? Do we justify the suffering or do we work towards a future where all people, regardless of their background, can live in safety, can live in freedom, and can live in dignity? And history has shown us that silence in the face of injustice only strengthens the oppressor. We have a moral obligation of people as faith with those who suffer, to advocate for peace and to demand accountability for those in power. And true justice is not selective. It is universal. It does not favor one people over another. It insists on the inherent worth of every human being here. And let us not be numbed by the normalization of suffering. Let us remember that behind every statistic is a person with dreams, a person with a family, and a person with a future that deserves to be protected. Our commitment to justice must transcend politics and partisanship. It must be rooted in our shared humanity. And the lesson is stepping up as leaders of faith when the odds are against us. History has shown us that when injustice prevails, It is those who dare to rise against the odds who bring change. From civil rights leaders to community activists, from the single parent fighting for a better future to the young voices demanding action. Leadership is not about having power. It is about having the courage to stand up when others remain silent. It may feel overwhelming to challenge injustice, to push back against policies that seem immovable, to speak out when the world wants you to be quiet. But true leadership is born in adversity. It is in these moments of hardship that we define not only ourselves, but the kind of world that we want to build. And the Quran reminds us, O mankind, we created from a single male and female and made you into nations and tribes so that you may know one another, not that you may despise one another. So let us not wait for another crisis to remember that we belong to one human family. Let us not wait for tragedy to remind us of our shared humanity. Let us act now, with love, with justice, and with peace. For the world is not divided by religion or race. It is divided by love and hatred. And the choice between them is ours to make. And in my closing words, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once spoke of a dream where people are judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their characters. But what does character truly mean today? It is not just about our words and about our intentions, but our actions when no one is watching. It is about standing for what is right, even when it is difficult. It is about treating others with dignity, with fairness, and with respect, regardless of their background, regardless of their abilities, or regardless of their struggles. And character is not built in moments of comfort, but in the face of adversity. It is built when we choose justice over convenience, when we defend the vulnerable instead of turning away, when we build bridges instead of walls. We have a choice today. All of us have a choice to stand by or to stand up. History will judge us by the decisions we make today, and may we choose justice, and may we choose humanity. And to end, let us choose love, let us choose peace, let us choose humanity, beyond race, beyond religion, beyond division. Let's also choose to lead, even when the odds are against us. Because in the end, my dear brothers and sisters, the only family that truly matters is the human family. And the future of our family depends on those who refuse to be silent in the face of injustice. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Such powerful words about not numbing ourselves to the pain that we've been seeing on our screens for the don't know how long. And thank you for that. You know why they say women talk too much? It's because nobody listens to us the first time. I'd now like to invite Swaran Talwar to speak on behalf of the Hindu community. Swaran is a poet and storyteller and serves as the vice chair of the Gitanjali Multilingual Circle UK, where she has spent over 50 years organizing cultural and literary events across the UK. I was particularly heartened to see how much work you've done with the young generation of writers and poets. Let's welcome her.
I hope you can all see me. I'm only 5 foot, yeah. And can you hear me? Thank you. Good evening. Salam alaikum, namaskar, Jai Shri Krishna, and Sat Sri Akal. It's so nice. I'm honored and delighted to be here in this prestigious venue. And I'm very impressed by Lady Meera's speech. She talked about that the world, we should have world family, one family. Let me start with Shakespeare, the world famous poet. He said, the world is like a stage, and we are all actors, and we play our role from baby, young man, and then old man, and then we die. But I think that is the role we all play. Besides that, when a baby is born, baby has no religion, baby doesn't know anything. It's the family which initiates when a baby is born into religion and race, and then the family raises a baby. So baby learns from the family and also from the social circle in which he grows up, and his character is built on that base. Now, I am here to say a few things about Hindu religion. I'm not promoting it, but because I have to give some reflection on the religion, so I will go on the main points. Hindu religion is the oldest living religion. Some people say about 10,000 years. And it's very unique. Unique because it has got certain things which other religions don't have. It was never founded at any time of history by any prophet or any founder or any scholar. And it follows the teachings of Vedas, which have been acclaimed as the ultimate source of knowledge on any subject. May it be science, may it be spirituality. Now we Hindus, we also believe in Sanatan. Sanatan means something which is true, which will live forever, and we are all God's children, and all human beings are same. We should respect all human beings, whatever color, whatever creed they are, and only then we can love God. All religions are good. Every religion tells us to become a good human being. But then again, a good human being is that who learns to love and respect whatever is different, whether it's color, tradition, creed, background, or whatever. Hinduism also says we should not kill anyone. All creatures are same. Never mind, they are small, they are big, they are full of power, or they are powerless. They all are God's children. Even we respect nature. Even we think trees have life. So even the trees are also sometimes worshipped. Some people find it's funny, we worship rivers and trees and whatever. But that is the other way to reach God. And then we have to follow our teachings of Gita. Now, Gita says that the only thing we can achieve in life is our duty. We should carry on doing our duty and leave the reward in God's hands. Now I come to the current, whatever Hinduism has to offer to everyone. Some of you must have heard about the Kumbh Mela. There has been a wonderful event in India, religious pilgrim, which had about, I think, 670 million plus people. And people came from all over the world, not only from India. They came from every part of the world. And the main aim of this pilgrim was to lead the people towards a path of spirituality and their self-development. And then we have also offered yoga, which is another exercise towards development of a person towards spirituality. So this is what India has to offer. And because I've got only 5 minutes, have I got a minute left? Otherwise, I end my speech. Indian give message that we are all same and we are all God's children, and it's the duty of the parents and the society and the education system. I have been in education for a long, long time, worked with young people. I was lucky, I was RE coordinator, religious education coordinator. And I used to tell the same things to my students, and I feel very proud when I meet them now. Most of them have become wonderful global citizens. So here I am. I end my speech. Wish you all a very happy Eid, Navratra. It's also a Shubh Din to worship Goddess, and happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We're actually running a little bit behind schedule. So I love your words of wisdom, but if we can keep it to the 5 minutes, that would be great. Muslims are very peaceful people, except when they don't have their iftar on time. I'd like to invite Eli Stanton to speak on behalf of the Jewish community. Eli Stanton is a member of the Progressive Synagogue and Nisa Nisham, a women's organization bringing Jewish and Muslim women together. I was amazed to learn that you have over 24 groups of women across the UK. Amazing work. Let's welcome them.
Thank you very much, and salam alaikum. I'll try to be brief. Ladies and gentlemen, some of us live in the real world of ever-increasing complexity, and some of us live in the hashtag world of social media with its one-line solutions to problems, oversimplification, and sound bites. I'll try to give an example. By the way, I don't disagree with this. If you look at social media, you will see that everything would be fine if the UK stopped selling arms to Israel, which I don't disagree with that, but it ignores the much bigger issue which gave birth to that issue, which is that the UK should never have been manufacturing arms for export in the first, for profit in the first place. And we have been doing this since oil was first struck in Persia in the 1890s. And we think perhaps if we didn't use so much oil, things would be much easier, but it's not that simple. I'm starting to worry about my solar panels now. The certificate that came with them said they came from the Guangzhou city on the southeast of China. But who knows where the materials used to make them came from? And what can we do about it? Should we help the Uyghur people to escape? Would that be the good solution, or would it just be playing into the hands of the Chinese Communist Party, who would like to have that land free to accommodate their own citizens? I did hear yesterday on the radio, not on social media, somebody speaking about what could be at the beginnings of a solution to the complex and difficult times we're living in. The speaker was being interviewed, and he was from Democratic Republic of Congo. And he'd formed an association to try to protect the children of refugees in this country, France and Belgium, from being drawn into the war that their families had just fled from on social media. And his association was forming the beginnings of almost like a parliament for Congolese living in this country, France and Belgium. Almost you might consider a democratic government in waiting for when the war ends. Perhaps this might form part of a not so simple solution to the aftermath of wars raging between dictators and warlords, who, by the way, bought their weapons at international arms fairs. Sorry, that's a hobby horse of mine. The problem with social media, experts tell us, is that people who are posting on it are not connected to the person listening, either in space or time. And so they feel they're shouting into a vacuum and have to use emphatic language in an unsophisticated and way, and not ever use the phrase "on the other hand." In contrast, it would be much better if we met in person like we're doing today, and were able to spend time and occupy the same time and space, and begin to really understand the other person that we're living close to. I'm reminded of this on a daily basis when I notice that when the moment when somebody comes into the room, sits down and makes eye contact with me, that we realize each other's humanity and the parallels and overlaps that we have in our lives. I'd like to finish with a quote from the late Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, who actually wrote a whole chapter on social media in his book Morality. It's one of 13 books that he wrote. He says, the immediacy and global reach of social media has the potential to make it possibly a wonder of our time, but it cannot ever replace the face-to-face relationship in real space and real time, where our moral lives are born, live, and have their being. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very happy and peaceful Eid. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd now like to invite Jan Lovelock to speak on behalf of the Jewish community. Jan Lovelock is a trustee of the Birmingham Council of Faiths and serves as a deputy lead for the environment on the parish council. He's also the secretary of Hagley U3A, which I noticed has a Scrabble club I'd quite like to join. And he leads a mindfulness group and supports local well-being. Let's welcome him.
Good evening, everybody. I come here slightly diffident because I appear to be the only male that's speaking, so I'm sure to say something that's wrong. And I would like to correct our very able chair lady that I am not a Jew. These are not Jewish. This is not Jewish writing. I'm a Buddhist. And the third thing, just to stir things up. In the faith that I come from, the family isn't that important as a religious concept. In fact, it's rather a sentimental thing. I thought when I first came about my friend Dilawa, when I was still living in Spark Hill, who came and told me one time that he'd been visited by his brother with a couple of friends as witnesses. And the brother had learned that he was going to die and wished to make peace within the family. And he had injured very badly my friend Dilawa. And so he wished to ask for forgiveness. Now that surely shows us, if we didn't know already, that not everything is right in every family. And in fact, many years ago, I once read a very wise statement that the family is constantly being appealed to as part of our culture. But what about those many, many people who are from dysfunctional families, from families where they abuse their children? What are the products of those families going to feel about the appeal to the family? Surely nothing very positive. In fact, in a faith where you are taught the idea of rebirth, of being reincarnated, although that's not what we use, you've had many families. So the appeal is to the community. Our word for it is Sangha, the community of all that has life. And I wanted to finish off with a particular meditation which we as Buddhists do. And it begins with a quality which is called metta or maitri in Sanskrit, which is the quality of friendliness. And when we sit in meditation, or when we just sit, we feel friendliness, first of all, towards ourselves, so as to get in touch with this natural quality within us of wishing to live a long life, a happy life, a healthy life. Having become used to that quality, we then broadcast those feelings to all human beings. Not as family, but as people that share life with us, that share this desperate wish to be happy, to live, to be at peace. Having done that, we spread the feeling to all that has life, but we only begin there. We then start making distinctions. There is, first of all, compassion, recognizing those that are suffering. We send our wishes for their happiness and that we might be permitted, if it is possible, to be able to alleviate that suffering. Then, turning the coin, as it were, we think of those that are presently at ease, that are feeling happy, and we send the wish that they shall continue in happiness. We know that they won't, because one of the teachings of Buddhism, such a miserable religion we are, is that there is no escape from suffering. There is always suffering. But may those who are happy at the moment continue as far as possible to be happy. And then finally, a most marvelous quality, a quality of undifferentiation, of not being a judge. So may all beings be understood by ourselves, not as good or as bad, but as having in their spiritual journey reached where they are. and may they, in the fullness of time, develop spiritually until they achieve union with the Absolute. That is my wish for everybody in this room, for all that has life. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the mistake. What's a family gathering without the occasional faux pas? I'd like to now invite Jatinder Singh Birdi to speak on behalf of the Sikh community. Jatinder Singh is a committee member for the Leamington and Warwick Sikh Temple and former co-chair of the UK's National Interfaith Network. He also serves in various voluntary roles, including with Age UK, the local police advisory groups, and Warwickshire Standing Advisory Council on Religious Education. Welcome.
Thank you. May I first offer the Sikh greeting to you all. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Secondly, may I offer my deepest commemoration to you all on the celebration of Eid, and it's an honor to be here amongst you all today. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is the founder of the Sikh faith. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji was born in Nankana Sahib, which is located in Punjab, which is now part of Pakistan. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji came into this world, he brought with him the name of God, and he said the name of God is Ik Om Gar, which means God is one. He said God is known by many different names, by many different people, and none of them are wrong. Out of love, his disciples and prophets have given him many, many names. I think I did look at an article, and there are something like over 600 names given to God across all the scriptures. And Guru Nanak said none of those names are wrong. Some people even refer to God as Tu, which means you, because that person had an individual relationship with God of me and you. Nothing is wrong. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, whatever you do, you should always remember God. Wherever he went on all his journeys, he blessed three things. He traveled all over Asia and further parts as well. And whichever community, whichever people he met, he told them three things. Naam, Dan, Ishnan. He said, Naam, we should always remember God. Whichever name we want to give him, we should always be grateful. Not just when things are good, but also when things are bad as well. We should always have faith and remember God and be grateful and thankful. Second thing he said, we should all do Dan. Dan means help other people. We should look out for the weak. We should look out for the oppressed people. We should stand up for them. We should share food. We should share our wealth with them. We should give to other people and treat them as we would want to be treated if we were in their position. And the third thing that he blessed was Ishnan. We should look after ourselves. We should have a bath. We should keep ourselves clean, because God has given us this body and it's our duty to look after it. So wherever he went, he blessed those three things. And he did not say, he didn't differentiate between people. He said we're all one. Ik Omkar means God is one, so we are all his children. And if we, in our own small little simple lives, if we get angry or annoyed when our children are fighting, how do you think God feels when we are fighting? You think he's happy in the society that we have created? The friction that's being created, where greed seems to be the most powerful and people are more after power than they are after looking after each other and following human qualities that we should be doing. It also says in the scriptures, "Karmi apo apni ke nere ke dur." We will be judged on our actions. Not on anybody's actions, it's what we do in our life is what we will ultimately be judged on. So it's our duty to look after mankind, to look after other human beings. There is only one race as far as I can see, it's the human race. So why are society trying to divide us? Why are they trying to put us into boxes saying you're different? When we're not, we are all humans and we should all be treated as human beings. and we should look after each other, and we should support people that cannot support for themselves and cannot stand up for their own rights. It's very important that we do that, and may God bless you all. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you so much. For me, our next speaker is a person who's come to signify peace. Sheikh Arif Abdul Hussain is the founder and director of the Al-Mahdi Institute. He is the author of Islam and God-Centricity, and he's written many books and translated numerous works exploring faith, reason, and human purpose. Let's welcome him.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with us all. Namaste, Sasrikal, Shalom. I won't take long. And beautiful thoughts have been shared and benefited from all of them, and how true they are all, and we all resonate with them. More sacred than mosques and holier than the places of worship are the hearts of human beings. For in there we run to find the name of God, whereas the breath of God and the light of God resides within every heart. When we come into this world, we come with that sense of goodness of God. We journey in this world, and then we are laid to rest. Everything that separated us from each other goes back to the earth. All things through which we were distinct return to the earth. And that original beauty that unifies us all goes back to its origin. In that, we need to understand that it was never a question of diversity, embracing variety. It was always a question of awakening to our essential unity. As the illustrious mayor cited the verse of the Quran that we have created you from a single male and female and made you into nations and tribes, so that by mutual interaction and appreciation of this variety and differences, you may work back to that sense of that enduring essential unity, that the closest one of you to God is the one who is most God-like. He is without color, without gender, without race, without distinction. Yet, in his own beautiful way, the colorless is the colorful one. The whole idea of variety is to discover that greater unity and greater beauty scattered in us all. Maybe that was the only purpose of God, to speak to us in every language, to display his colorlessness in every color, in maybe trying to purge our minds, to say to us that appreciate me in both genders. It is not right for us to talk about the language of tolerance. This is below human nobility. It's not even a question of acceptance of diversity, for that is a childlike state. A state of inner dignity and nobility prompts us to appreciate variety and to celebrate the differences that we bring. Because at the end of the day, you are not you and I am not me. I am you and you are me, and we are both the light of the divine. There is no distinction. Now the answer beyond bodily justice is actually awakening to the inner truth. You see, injustice will never be rid from this world by application of strict justice. It is only removed by awakening to that essential truth. We can kill criminals, we can lock up people who offend, but that will not solve the problem. The only thing that will solve the problem is that deep awakening that I am not the body. I have merely awoken in this body. A Hindu will become a Muslim if they take birth within a Muslim household. And a Muslim will become a Jew if he takes birth in a Jewish household. That's the state of these bodies. The sole task of religion has been to awaken us to that enduring, essential union and beauty, that we are not these bodies. These bodies are there to allow us to celebrate the beauty of God. I leave us with these thoughts. Our world is not in a good place, neither at home nor abroad. Each one of us are suffering. Even those in relative comfort are suffering from within. It needs us to be the stewards of humanity and stewards of God, to spread the goodness of God and love of God, and to say even the criminals amongst us that, look, you are worthier than this. There is goodness within you. Don't give up on yourself. And I have not given up on you. And neither does our God give up on us. Finally, the blessed Jesus, the Buddha, Guru Nanak, Ram, beautiful Moses, the great monotheist Abraham, the beloved Prophet Muhammad, what did they do? I will sum up what they did in the words of Prophet Muhammad. The blessed Prophet said, I am an outer prophet. I have come to awaken the inner prophet that is inside you. And that is the whole task. Good and bad, everything is known by us. Just cut out the outer, look deep within, and find our truth and embrace each other. There is no orphan. They are our children. There is no other. It is my own self. If I can't see the face of God in the creatures of God, then indeed my religion and my humanity has failed me. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much. Wise words as always. If you enjoyed that, here's a quick plug. Sheikh Arif's books are available on sale at the back. 20% off today, as well as all the other AMI press books. Now, I've been really looking forward to this part. Can I invite Claire Bowman to speak, to enlighten us with songs of peace before we end tonight? Claire Bowman is a trained singer and former university lecturer, a Quaker since 2002. She is involved with interfaith work with the West Midlands Church Leaders Group, Birmingham Council of Faith, and Birmingham City Sanctuary. Welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Now, everybody's really keen to have the iftar meal, and I've been asked to be very quick, and there is only one song. And I've asked a few people in the room if they would join in with the second time through, that maybe they might like to join in if they know the tune with the first time through, and we'll just do this song once. When I first knew about this meeting, this was what occurred to myself and also to my husband. And we just think that this song sums it up. And I've written a few different words, especially for this evening, to sum up. Really, it encapsulates most of what our wonderful speakers have said. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers and sisters are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with us. Let this be the moment now. With every step we take, let this be our solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace. Happy Eid, everyone.
Beautiful. Stunning. Okay, we've all been waiting for the raffle draw. I know I have. Got my lucky ticket. Could I please call up Sheikh Arif to choose our raffle prize winner? Yeah, I've given mine.
The lucky number is 790.
790.
790? Perfect.
Congratulations. Wow, what an incredible evening. We've laughed, we've reflected, and most importantly, we've proven that when a woman takes the mic, everybody listens. Tonight, we've heard from amazing representatives from different faiths, reminding us that beyond race and religion, we are one human family. And like any family, we may have our differences, but at the end of the day, we'll all come together for love, for understanding, and for some good food. Speaking of food, I won't stand between you and Iftar any longer, because that would officially make me the least popular person in the room. Enjoy your meal, enjoy each other's company, and thank you for being part of this beautiful evening. Please can I request everyone to make their way to the conference room for prayers or the dining room for Iftar. Iftar will be served in the conference room after prayers. Eid Mubarak to you all.